Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome once again to that afternoon live stream where you'll pay for the entirety of the seat, but you'll only need the very ragged edge. That's right, gentlemen, you're tuned in direct and live 5x5 in that Technicolor video and stereophonic sound brought to you by viewers like you. 100% sponsor subscriber, absolutely viewer-based subscription at this point. Kicking us down that road, making his way to the stream at 161 pounds today. Ooh, oh my God, you know what? I'm too tired, boys. I'm too tired, but I'm going to still try and push through it. Making his way to the stream today at 161 pounds. Hailing from Los Angeles, California. Weighing in, representing the Airgun Underground. Boy, it's a fucking cringe fest right off the bat, but I got a great show for you boys anyways. If you're a fan of the channel and subscribed, you would know this is the very last day for you to get entered into the giveaway for the WarTech copper-clad spring-assisted folder. Gonna be more on that later. Let's get out of the intro mode. Let's get on into our chat the same way we always do it, with a big, fat end of the week. I am dying here. Transition. Boys, if it is not my best intro that I have ever ripped, it's because we are at the end, the absolute end of an incredibly long week. I have been working these crazy starting at midnight style shifts, and then the midnight shift got canceled, which was immediately replaced by a day shift today once the cancellation took place. It's been absolutely incredibly a taxing week, and if you factor in the fact that I have a brand new 4-week-old newborn, it's been an absolute drain on my energy level. But we are here, we are direct and live, and we are present with the community. Let's jump into our chat the same way we always do it. Cleveland, what up? Our Ranch Airgun Fun Channel, what up, what up, what up? Timmy, what up, what up? Our Airguns and Air Power, what up? Of Cleveland. Shooter Steve in the house, welcome. Timmy, what's going on with you, my guy? You've been to the doctors a lot lately. Mark Bosick in the house, and thank you very much for that very first donation of the stream. You don't have to enter, you don't have to donate to get entered into these giveaways that we're doing at this point, but every single donation is always appreciated every single time. Mark Bosick, thank you very much. Couldn't thank you enough. Airguns and Air Power. So I had a troll leaving a comment on my channel today calling me out. My name that he... In that comment, he left, such a coward. You know what? You gotta just banhammer people, bro. You gotta just banhammer people and move on. There's gonna be people who, even if they hate what you do, like even if they legitimately can't stand what you do, they're still gonna click on it just to fuck with you. So you have to just know in the back of your mind there's going to be a certain percentage of people you have to simply just ban from your channel so that you can have a positive environment for the people who do want to make good use of the content that you do bring to the table. Honestly, that's the entire reason why I absolutely have started to defer to the fact that if you are not a subscriber of this channel, you are not able to chat in these live streams, period. It's been a great asset to kind of weed out the bad seeds. Air Power, so you know, I can't really tell you enough. They're going to be out there no matter who you are. Shooter Steve, sorry to hear about the health issues for Tim. I agree. We break for Squirrel. What up? What up? Steve Farrell. What up? What's up? Hats on email. That's a nice step, brother. John Hawk, welcome. I think we're going to jump right into the chat, the comprehensive pen-dropping sheet of notes here. I guess we won't be adding any notes to this set that we have in front of us here at this point. Let's make sure we are still streaming. I know last stream, we did have some problems. And then for whatever reason, for about the next 12 hours after the stream was over, Google only let people see the last 2 minutes of that specific stream until they fully processed the video. Kind of kooky. I don't understand what's going on with it, but it was out of my control 100%, which is why I left it up till almost the premiere of this live stream. We are on track for 8,000 total subscribers, hit as our goal for September 2021. I do think that by October 1st, we can make that 8,000 subscriber level. And you know what? Just because I've always got that big transparency with you boys, I do want to go ahead and show you exactly where we stand currently with our quest, as it were, towards the 8,000 mark. Let's transition over to our Google tab. Google transition. Bang, here we are. We go to our YouTube tab here. Then we go to my personal YouTube Studio Analytics, the things that people just won't show you. But we're happy to be, like I said, 100% transparent with you here on this channel. Come on, load. Let's go. It's not, see, it's so funny. It stops, starts, stop, starts. What's going on, Google? What's going on, Google? You're shitting the bed here. People are watching you. Do you not know this? There we go. 7,766 subscribers as of this afternoon. 228 in the last 28 days, which is pretty much average for this channel. And I do think that with this Zeus and with some other content coming down the line that we do have in store for you, we can make it to the 8,000 subscriber mark. I guess I am, you know, the benefactor of some very cool things like the Zeus and this bullpup lately, but I definitely do want to give you guys the benefit of being able to see it vicariously through the content that we make. Once again, 8,000 subscribers is our goal, and we are going to try and keep that our end of the bargain as far as the content creation is concerned, and definitely give you guys what you want to see. Tomorrow, Saturday at 5 p.m. is going to be the next live stream, and it's going to be a shorter live stream that actually unveils live the winner of this badass Copperfold. I keep kind of like glassing over it, but it's so sick. God. I'm not even on my big frame. I'm going to give you the big frame for just a moment here. Where's my only GoPro? Yeah, big frame. This is what you boys are about to be able to win right here. This is what we've been getting entered in for all week. This is what you'll have chances to enter for today. This copper blade is super cool. It is the only one of its kind that I have personally ever seen, and I do like it greatly. It is for you, gentlemen. We've been doing 2 phrase that pays style comments that you can drop in the comment sections of these live streams. The first 2 videos are already closed. You can no longer enter those videos. Today's first phrase that pays is show me the money. Show me the money, the classic Jerry Maguire phrase. That's going to be the comment. Drop that first comment all by itself, not with the secondary phrase that pays, just one comment. Show me the money, and you'll automatically be entered with no cash out of pocket for this badass copper blade. Stick around for the rest of the chat. At the last half of the chat, we will drop a second phrase that pays, doubling your chances to win. Let's continue down this Google Analytics thing. Let's check it out, right? Why not? Let's see what Mac does. As you can see, in the last 48 hours, we've done about 4,817 views. It's about 100 per hour average. It's not too terribly bad here. Looking at about 70,000 views for the total 28 days that have passed previously. And we did just cross our 3 million view milestone. As you can see, it kind of dipped down here as I was waiting, anticipating, and then having my child. But we are on the upswing once again, and I can only see things getting better. You guys are always curious about what YouTubers make. Let's look at it. Fuck it. Let's look at it, right? Check it out. If you have a channel like mine, you're going to average like $10 a day. If you do 5,000 or so views every 48 hours, basically like we saw, 4,800 views in 4,800 hours, you're going to average like $10 a day. Excuse me. Excellent coffee today provided by Mark Bostic, the very last of the Invader coffee, but it is good to the last damn drop. Cheers to everyone in the chat. Very good, very good. Outstanding stuff, man. All right, let's jump back into a different tab and look at some other things. Transition. All right. 3 million views we got through, on track for 8,000 in September, the last day of the drawing. We already gave you the show me the money phrase that pays. Ooh, gonna be good. And once again, tomorrow, 5 p.m., you'll be able to see Drawn Live. Wait. From the most legit raffle bin ever known to man ever, courtesy of the one, the only Sam Houston, live for the people's viewing pleasure, enjoyment. All the people who have entered over the last 3 episodes will all be put in the drum, and we will all draw together. It's going to be a good time. Definitely do mark your calendars. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, West Coast, Best Coast time. Be here, baby. Got all kinds of stuff in today's episodes. If you guys have noticed, we have been trying to keep it to a shorter format. Not because I'm trying to go ahead and sneak off to the old fantasy football league, as it were. I'm not trying to get to the local pub. I'm not even sneaking off to a second job. It's the most important thing that I could do with my life, which is raise my daughter, equally yoked with my wife, right? So I have been trying to keep these chats to about 60 or 70 minutes, but I always want to keep them action-packed for you guys, which is just the way that we have it for today. If you are a fan of the channel, you know what? Hold on. I might be skipping people in the chat. Hold on. I might be skipping people in the chat here. I am. Hey, John, what up? Mystic2222, welcome. I was burst shooting my target a little bit, and then the burst started, so I stopped and then went again. Sounds cool. Mark Bostic of Cleveland, thank you. Brian knows this place is a paradise. Hell yeah. Show me the money. John Hawk, great example of something. If you notice, John Hawk put that excellent phrase that pays in the comment section of the live chat. After this stream is over, there will be an actual comment section itself underneath the video on the replay. That replay will be up for about 24 hours or so, probably a little bit shorter, probably cut it off around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, just so I have time to make sure everyone's equitably entered, as the same chance every other person in the drawing is, and then we'll go ahead and draw the winner from the drum you guys just saw. But once again, John, I understand where you're going with this, but do drop that in the comment section itself after the stream is over. I don't know why they don't give me a comment section while the stream is running. It's kind of crazy, right? Phrase that pays. Hell yeah, you know it. You're in there, buddy. Three-day weekend. Hell yeah, brother. We break for squirrel. You know what? Honestly, it's one of the 11 days that my union has agreed upon as being a holiday, so I will absolutely be enjoying a Labor Day. That's correct. I get a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday off, which is actually uncanny for me as far as my schedule is concerned recently. I have been very appreciative of the ability to have a gainful and lucrative income through the union that I am employed through. But by the same token, man, having like that one day off and then stuffing all of your filming for your range day into that one day that you have off, it eats away at everything else that you prioritize your time for, including your family. So, it is definitely a breath of fresh air, a nice change, as it were, to go ahead and be able to spend the next 72 hours bereft of my responsibilities from work. It is nice. I know you guys look at me like this guy's just some jackass behind the mic with some headphones on, but I'm actually more than I do appear. I have not like a high profile job at my company or anything like that, but you know what? There's a lot of things that wouldn't take place if I didn't do them. So it's a very high stress position, definitely, that I do carry. We break. What up? Just add my name onto Mark's Bossing's ticket. Yo! Hey, we break. You know what the deal is, but you know what? It's good. I think that this is really a good way to do it. I really think this is a good way to do it, to give people these phrase that pays things and still give people good-ass prizes. Once the Max Nukes line that we are dropping in the next, it's less than 7 to 10 days, I would say that, man, it's going to be a little bit more tough competition, because every $5 you spend on the Max Nukes is going to be one entry towards that prize. Coming up in the next few giveaways, we are giving away a 25 caliber Hats on Flash Pup. So I'm telling you guys, there's going to be some really good prizes, and bettering your chances through this great ammunition we're producing is another way to get yourself entered in there. AEA Bullpup. We are current in the chat. We're going to talk about the AEA Bullpup. AEA 25 caliber Bullpup was gifted to this channel unsolicited, 100% unsolicited, by the goodness of the people at Survival Airguns. Larry at Survival Airguns sent up a great 25 caliber Bullpup. Was holding pressure, still holds pressure. The manufacturer that he orders them from did not have a supply of magazines. He opted to go ahead and ship me 2 CNC upgraded magazines at his own expense to go ahead and stand in the middle for me between the manufacturer and the end user myself to get me shooting. Those should be here tomorrow. So 7 days, basically 7 days. And obviously, you know, it sucks for him to be able to get that issue as far as not receiving them on a Friday, because on a Saturday and a Sunday, you know, there's only so much you can do as far as shipping services are concerned. But the fact of the matter is, tomorrow's Saturday, about 1 week later after that stream, it looks like we're going to get some CNC magazines in my hand. And I do have the shipping information verifying this from Survival Airguns. Going to be some great stuff. I think that goes ahead and sets the segue for something that I am so excited to share with you guys. I do have the ability to create shirts. I do have the ability to create stickers. I do have the ability to create different things of that nature. Having said that, I hate the shit. Kids, cover your ears. I fucking hate weeding vinyl. I hate heat transferring shirts. I hate doing stuff like that. So even though I can do it and I'm fairly decent at it, I try not to like make bulk orders of stickers or shirts, because I really genuinely like to leave it to people who are hella efficient and really like have the skill dialed down, right? It's maddening for me. It's maddening for me. What's the point, Mac? What's the point? Show us the point. Here's the point. Sometimes I put the same creativity into cutting slaps that I do my videos, and stuff like this comes around. Let's go ahead and change it to the Google tabs where I can hold a non-firearm air gun and not have my stream immediately axed by Google. Here we go. Here we go. Let us use this frame. Zoom out slightly so you all can see it. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Transition. Bang. Slightly pulled back. You guys get a slightly better frame for what I'm about to show you. I really have been putting the exclamation point on the end of the home defense, self-defense with an airgun style conversation this week. We've done a lot of castle doctrine stuff. We've done a lot of home defense stuff, a lot of prepper type stuff. I feel like this bullpup kind of embodies that type of airgun self-defense, and I think that this Ultimo Dragon 6 sticker combination pretty much embodies that which we've been discussing. If you guys are familiar with this phrase, if you guys are familiar and can read Latin whatsoever, effectively this translates to, if you want peace, prepare for war. This is the sick sticker that I did cut for the 25 caliber HP bullpup, and I do like it very much. If you want peace, prepare for more. You got prepare for war. You got the little Reaper emblem there. You also have the Reaper emblem on the back side here. These are all stickers that I did cut myself. So like I said, even though I do have the ability and they do come out, I don't know, this is sick as fuck to me. I don't like to do it. What does the chat think? I'm so interested to know what the chat thinks about this. Hold on, let's see. Cool air guns, hell yeah. Southern Indiana air gunner, welcome, welcome, welcome. Timmy, what up? Mystic, what up? ASAP, great. Of course, I don't have unreasonable expectations of success. Hell yeah. John Hawk, pretty nice looking. Thank you very much. You know, like I said, this font especially is very intricate. I mean, where's my frame, Bam, there we go. This specific font is very intricate, but I do think that it expresses exactly the spirit of the phrase. You know, if you want peace, prepare for war. The people who carry the big sticks can walk softly because they don't have to worry about people really messing with them. Even if it's not an outward show of preparation, if you're making those quiet preparations, those diligent preparations, those intelligent, defensive-minded, type shield-minded preparations, you're going to come out ahead, and I think that that's exactly what this speaks to. Very nice stickers, Mac. Very solid. Hell yeah. MACABESPEED. I want a set. You know what? I would be interested to know if people do want to see some stickers cut. And if you guys do want stickers cut, you guys gotta do one thing for me. You have to bear with me in the sense that it's not gonna look like a product that you bought in the store, right? If you were to receive a sticker from me, it would look something like the original mailings that went out like this. Very much a homemade, home cut style sticker, but very much, obviously, you know, you can really see that flat matte Stormtrooper white with that super sick font there, really contrasting hard against the almost satin black of the shroud and the air tank here on the HP line. I almost like went over the top and did the old, you know, Punisher skull somewhere back here, but I was like, you know what, I don't want to like super sticker it out too terribly much and really go overboard with it. So I'm happy with where it's at currently, and I do like it greatly. Yes, Mac, I would want some of Cleveland. You said, ooh, cool. Just to give you guys an idea, this one sticker probably took me 25 to 30 minutes total time between the time where I had a blank work page on my laptop to where I was done applying the sticker. So I would say 15 solid minutes just to weed and apply. It takes a little bit of time on these. I wouldn't ever say that I was going to go ahead and like mass produce stickers for the masses, but I do definitely like the way this came out. Where we have this good frame that allows us to hold this air gun in our repertoire here. Let's talk about this Feyachi RDS red dot sight that we have on the 45-degree riser. I like 45-degree risers with weapon systems that can utilize them. If you have a bolt-action rifle, it's really not set up to go ahead and take advantage of the fast-firing target acquisition that you have available to you with that 45-degree riser. Why do this? Semi-automatic repeatability. I notice my red dot is on here, wasting my battery. Semi-automatic repeatability deserves to have some type of backup sight. A weapon of this quality deserves to be able to have the ability to be scoped so I can see how far we can stretch it. But if I need to go ahead and kick this thing off 45 degrees and spray hate with it in, you know, a hallway type situation, you have an optic ready to put on target. I do very much like the 45-degree riser as well as the Feyachi sight in this case. Hasn't been viable on a lot of air guns before. Let's talk about that. I think that there's the differentiation between tactical and tactical when you come into the airgun forum, the airgun sphere of influence, the airgun world. You're going to have a lot of things that you can add to your airguns. 45-degree risers, foregrips, lasers, whatever you want to do. You can add anything with a pick rail to anything else with a pick rail as long as you get the male and female aspects of it correct, right? But just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something. So the idea that the airgun has to be up to par for the accessory really needs to be weighed when you start to make these loadouts. I mean, you don't want to make something that's completely useless and weighs 20 pounds and then go and try and engage somebody with it and get killed with a boat anchor in your hands. You know, it's like, you really want to try and be smart about this. And for me personally, I think a bipod for added stability, an eventual smaller scope like a Bugbuster 3 through 9 by 40, something like that, and this nice little riser offset, this is cool for me. If I really, really, really want to get crazy with it, I could add another 45-degree riser here, and then we could go ahead and nest like a flip-to-side magnifier next to the scope, but then we're really like stretching the limits of what is and is not usable, what is and is not, just to make me look cooler. At a certain point, people add shit to their rifles just to make themselves look cooler, so I want to stop before that point. But I do think that in the case that it's in right now, the modified dust cover to accept the fill probe at all times, the UTG all-metal, super bite the shit out of your finger, leave a blood blister style bipod, the 45-degree riser by also UTG, and then the Feyachi red dot, definitely 100% at home on this bullpup. I like it. Having never shot this, because I haven't had magazines this week, just holding it and like running it through the shot cycle of cocking it and decocking it, you can feel the mechanism inside it feels smooth. Not that I'm some like super uber machinist judge, but I will say this. If you own a Hats on Blitz, you know what I'm talking about when I say You can feel the burrs of machining in the cycling of the rifle when you go to cycle it by hand. You can feel it. There's inconsistencies in the manufacturing with the Blitz. This is manufactured, at least in my own layperson opinion, to a tighter manufacturing tolerance than the Hatsan Blitz. Definitely saying something, especially in the pick rails. If you have a Hatsan Blitz, you know for sure that I am not full of shit when I say that the pick rails on the Hatsan Blitz are not standard size, and they are wider, like at least by 1 full millimeter than most standard pick rails. Not the case here. Everything I bolted on quickly and easily bolts on. So I don't know, you know, time will tell. Having never fired this, I can only say so much, but I will say that the prerequisite boxes that need to be checked in order to go ahead and give me the initial fizz have all been hit. I do like this. I mean, especially like right down to the idea. Hold on, I see a comment. Hey Mac, how many rounds on that AEA 30? The AEA 30 Challenger Airguns and Air Power, I'm not sure. This is actually a 25, and I believe this is 10 rounds. MACABESPEED, since your range burned, where do you go to shoot now? God. I am venturing to the range to see what happened. There is a chance that the fire did not make it up and over the ridge and down into that secondary valley where we shoot. There's a chance that it's a fucking charcoal apocalypse. You never know till you go. So without having, you know, the local contact there that I could physically reach out to and ask, I'm going to have to go out to that range 2 hours from my house and see what the deal is. Great question, We Break for Squirrel. I've not been super impressed with Hatsan lately. You know, JDP, I have way more AEAs. I've not been super impressed with Hatsan lately. Here's what I would say. Hatsan Blitz is still king as far as self-defense rifles are concerned. Hatsan Blitz is still king as far as self-defense rifles are concerned. Nobody really comes close. It's just not comparable. Even the AEA Terminator, the fact that you can still continue to pull trigger on an empty magazine and think you're being effective while getting nothing downrange, huge shortcoming. Mags are too small. Mags can't be easily and quickly changed because the bolt doesn't lock back. I do like Hatsan for home defense. Also, we have to do more testing with the 25 caliber Invader, but there is a strong body of evidence that is building that shows the Hatsan Invader to be a sub $500 semi-automatic slug gun in the testing that we've already done. Pile drivers, Rabbit Magnums, 42 grain Griffin CP base, 36 grain Griffin Cup base. It's really starting to eat slugs well. When you have that type of an ammunition offering, giving you the ballistic advantage of the non-shape stabilized aerodynamics, right? That's what it comes down to with the pellet versus the slug. You really start to increase your capabilities as far as what you could hunt at what distances with that semi-auto package. I like Hatsan in certain senses, right? I have 3 blitzes. That should speak to the fact that if a YouTuber who makes video has 3 of something, it's probably a worthy cause. I also have an Invader after reviewing a friend's Invader because I liked it so much. I like some aspects that Hatsan brings to the table at this point, but the quality of manufacturing, like these carbon fiber insert panels here and this knurled aluminum panel to completely slide and adjust the actual back buttstock piece here instead of having a rising cheek piece. This is a high-end feature. I mean, this is typically only seen on guns that are out of my tax bracket. So when I start to see this and I start to see it well formed with good machining, with carbon fiber overlays, with clean countersinking, that just honestly, this is good quality manufacturing. I don't know. I tend to agree with you, JDP. AEA is a solid contender. Solid contender. Like even right now, I haven't cycled this in the last 3 days, but I bet I could fade you to black and give you a quick demonstration here. All right, fade to black for obvious reasons so Google doesn't kill my stream, and I'm 100% sure this is going to end up being a reliable platform based on that, which we've just seen transition. God, it's just so gratifying, too. There's something like significantly gratifying. Not about knocking over your Deanna Chaser, but there's something legit gratifying about semi-automatic, open reciprocating bolt, big caliber, big power air guns. There's something really gratifying about it. And you know what? Even just the quick dry fire, even just the quick cyclic rate, you can tell it's got a good trigger. You can tell that the break is crisp, repeatable, reliable, and, you know, expected. What's the word for expected? I'm not even gonna let this go. I don't even care if it's cringy. It is. It's on the tip of my tongue. Damn, we're gonna get the coffee together and we're gonna continue to think about it. I don't know. I can't think of it. It is repeatable because the trigger breaks exactly where you expect it to every single time. That trigger is a lot better. Easily 3 times better than the Hatsan Blitz, and I think that's going to lend itself to accuracy at longer distances. Having said that, I think the ability to get shots off quickly because of that nice lighter weight trigger that's inherently on this rifle is also going to give you a quicker cyclic rate in semi-automatic, making up for the fact that it doesn't have the full auto capability the Hatsan Blitz does. This is a good conversation. Let's see what the chat says. JDP, if the Gem 2 stock came in a different color, I'd be upgraded stock on my 25 Gauntlet. Dude, what are you talking about? That flat dark earth on the G2 Gauntlet is lit. That thing is so sick. B, let's go 25 collaborate. 25 caliber collaboration. 225 caliber invaders. You are fairly local to me. You're within a couple of hours of me. Our Ranch Airgun Fun. We might have to do that, my guy. Sounds so crispy. Yo, I'm so happy. Southern Indiana Air Gunner. Shout out for the big vote of confidence, the big support from the Southern Indiana Air Gunner. I guess I'm looking this direction. I should use this direction's chat window here, transition. I just don't like the camera angle as much, right? This is much brighter and nicer of a frame to me because it's running on a different card. This is running on a different capture card. Not quite as bright of a frame, but we're going to run with it. Hell yeah, Southern Indiana Air Gunner. I do try for high quality audio, bro. I really do try for the people who happen to be like listening to this in their car as they commute, or like potentially, you know, they might have this on in the background while they're cooking. My wife will throw something on the TV and she won't even really look at the TV, but she'll be like listening to it as she makes dinner, whatever the case may be. Oh, we're out of songs. Whatever the case may be. So I do try and give you guys good audio. I'll say this, there's something incredibly gratifying about the click-clack of the way that sear comes into engagement. When it goes from being just a dead bolt that's got no trigger whatsoever because it hasn't been cocked yet, to being pulled back into a position where the sear is being set and you release that bolt, it's got a good mechanical noise. Like, I don't know. You guys could replay the stream if you want, but I'm telling you, the noise the thing makes when it goes from decocked to cocked gives me the fizz. What are we talking about here? What else we got on the menu here? What else we got on our agenda? Let's go ahead and talk about today's title. Wait. Let's go ahead and talk about the title hook that got hopefully some of you here. There has been an absolute tragedy with the, I'm just going to call it the gold car. It's basically the gold car. I had been slowly, low-key putting together a very cool little car to go to the range in. I do not like the idea whatsoever of putting raw lead projectiles like pellets, like bullets, like anything like that, like my guns, like my pellet guns, into a car where my child is going to be at this point. It's just been fucking with me ever since I realized, like, developmental hazards, baby, same car, lead. It just, I can't divide it, right? So I've been slowly putting together a range car. I got a free car from somebody. it sounds too good to be true, right? Free car. It's like, yeah, go ahead, no problem. Handed me the pink slip. It was 2 years out on registration. It's just 2 years out on registration. But, other than the convertible top doesn't come down right now and has a little leak to it, it should be cool. Put all this work into it. Fix the leak. Got the convertible top to where the convertible top was functional. Like it was going to be a cool little ride. Got it to where it would idle. Got it to where everything was good. Got it to where it was cleaned up and ready to actually be put on the rollers to go and try and make the smog check, right? So I have a habit of checking what it costs to register stuff before I dump any money, physical money into it, like $150 for a battery, $50 for spark plugs, $50 for oil change. Like before I get into any of that non-recoverable cost, I like to know what it's going to cost to register it. Go to AAA. I love AAA. I have older cars, so AAA is great for towing older cars if you get their $99 package. I do like it. I'm not sponsored by them, but I do like it. Find out at the AAA window that this older 2002 convertible Volvo C70 Turbo is going to cost $1,565 to fucking register. $1,565 to register. Total Blue Book value for the car in perfect condition with nothing wrong with it, just minty AF, is like $3,000. So I'm like, what? No way. I got this bucket for free because I was supposed to get a cheap ride, and then there's $1,500 in tickets, toll violations, back registration fees, back registration penalties, all these different things that make this free car, like, after I did the tune-up and after I did the smog check and after I did everything else, it's probably going to be into between $2,000 and $3,000 for a $2,000 or $3,000 at the dealership, used dealership kind of price car. I'm like, dude, I just can't do it. Luckily, I do have a secondary vehicle that's just out on registration and I own it. But, it has no tickets or anything. So it's just the actual cost of the registration, and I will be turning that into my range car instead. But the big takeaway that I got from this was, it's just a car. And for $2,000 to $3,000, I just couldn't see the value in it between something that I already owned that was reliable, that might not be quite as good looking, quite as modern, quite as potent of a ride, but equally as effective at getting me from point A to point B. I think that Volvo is just like an FX Airgun. I'm going to say it again. I think that expensive Volvo, that $2,000 to $3,000 car that I would have had to invest in, is just like an FX Airgun. And at the end of the day, the sticker price for those guns far outweighs the value of what people are actually getting as far as an airgun is concerned compared to the Daily Driver Gauntlet, the Daily Driver Avenger, the Daily Driver Marauder. I mean, you're looking at stuff like, wow, a cheap-ass Corolla, $400 Corolla will take you back and forth to San Francisco. This car would have taken me back and forth to San Francisco. It's like a 90-minute drive. That's basically what I look at things, right? If it's a 90-minute drive and your car will make it, it's reliable enough. $500 car will make it. This car would have made it. This car was going to make it for the price of between $2,000 and $3,000. I'm telling you, I just don't see the value for myself personally in the high dollar elitist air guns that don't have the big power, that don't have the big repeatability. I mean, you guys I might be starting a fucking fire here in the comment section, but I am looking at it in such a manner, right? Let's see what the chat says. Cali Volvo random tax. It sounds like a weird dream I have sometimes. $134 here in Nebraska. That's F. He says, damn. Yes, when I had a much bigger bottle on my Gen 1 and 127 full power shot. That's good. See, that's good. And see, that's good. And that his whole setup didn't cost what an FX cost. I'm not bashing the high-end guns. If you got the money to be able to pay to play, fuck, ball out, player. If you got the money to be able to pay to play, do it. Drop the money, and you can, shoot 1-inch spinners at whatever distance you feel like you're capable as a shooter to do so with you know, 217 slugs or whatever. You want to try and be some elitist with an air gun, do so. But I know for me personally, that $500 Hats On Invader is going to be, at least as far as my own hunting skills, pretty equal within about 50 yards. Pretty equal within about 75 yards. You start stepping up the power level with like the Dragon Claw or the Challenger or something like that. You're like, oh, you know what? They're probably pretty equal between about 100 to 150 yards now. You start getting something really accurate like a good tuned Marauder or a nice tuned Avenger or a nice tuned, you know, what's another Gauntlet? You know, I mean, these guns are shooting 200 yards. And they're not bearing that expensive FX name. What's chat think about this? This guy screwed you. You know what? He only screwed me so much, though, because of the fact that here's the deal. Our Ranch Air Gun Fun channel. The Pick and Pull will pay me $280 for this car. I've already scheduled. As soon as I found out that this was going to be a huge problem, I called Pick and Pull. They are going to come and tow it off next week. They're going to give me a check for $260. I have already pulled off a bunch of valuable parts that I personally need for myself, like to be able to resell and recop some of my time investment in this thing. Like the window regulators are worth like $300 a piece. So I'm going to pull all 4 window regulators and hopefully sell those on eBay. I'm an eBay guru in my spare time and hopefully make a little cash there. This turbocharger is a big turbocharger for a 4-cylinder, and I have another 4-cylinder car that could use a big turbo. So it's like, it's not a total loss. I'm still trying to figure out a way to like put spare tires on this car and keep the 17-inch wheels. There's different things. You know, I think you guys deserve to see this. At risk of like completely exposing my entire garage with no question of what's in the background. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Let's see this. This is the gold car. This is the gold car right here. Right now the hood is up because I've been dicking with it, but you can barely see it through the stage lights here. This is the gold car. Very cool little ride. It would have been a neat little car, but it is now going to the junkyard. I can see the American flag, Cattleman gun sticker, sandblast cabinet, powder coating enclosure. Very big ass, awesome American flag with the big stripes. And then there's Mac. Dude, this is cool. I like this. I like this little tripod that gives me the ability to rotate my whole wire loom together. Without that little tripod that allows me to rotate with the wire loom and the HDMI cable and the charging cable, you guys would have seen none of that. Just heard through the power of verbal communication. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see what the chat says. I'm under $1,000 for my gauntlet. I want to put a double bottle on it. Ooh, double bottle. It looks like a super soaker. Keep the catalytic converters. You know what? We break for squirrel. Great call. But they actually asked me about the catalytic converters when I sold the car to Pick and Pull on the phone. They said, does it have an engine and transmission and radiator? Yes, absolutely. It has all 3 of those things. Does it have the catalytic converter? Yes. Is it full of garbage? Is it physically filled with garbage and refuse? No. How is the interior and exterior? It was like 5 out of 10 on both. There's some door dings, some dents. Interior could use new front seats, but they're both passable. So like there's this like list of criteria that they do want to go through and try and make sure they're getting a decent car. But I'm getting $260. I used my AAA to tow this car home for free, so it didn't really cost me anything to get it here. It's just been sitting at my house for probably a year, and I've been slowly dumping money into other projects and ignoring this. And now I've finally gotten around to where it's like, it was running, it was ready to rock and roll, it was ready to register, and I found out it cost like a whole new car to register this thing, and I opted out. So that is the story of the gold car. That's the story of the gold car. But don't worry, never fret. Hold on, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring up the big frame because I want some big drama on this one. I think here, cheers to every single person spending their Friday afternoon with me. I know that Friday afternoon has a very large amount of draws as far as your entertainment hours are concerned, and I can't thank each and every single member of the MACABESPEED Media Machine family hanging out with me on those Friday night hours. Cheers. I do believe that the car that we are at this point kind of shoehorned into utilizing is a much better fit for the channel. The name of this car, which has previously been in car shows, is called the Ticket Magnet. The Ticket Magnet is an absolute, God, it's an absolute tank. It sounds like a jet plane when you take off from a stop sign because it's got a nasty turbo on it. Right now it has no exhaust, so it definitely aggravates all of my neighbors whenever I start it up. Carbon fiber hood, very cool stuff. Very, very, very cool ride. Old school Swedish heavy metal. You guys are going to love it. Fighting a hiccup, but you guys are still going to love it. Let's do our second phrase that pays. Excuse me. I think that may have been the hiccup that I was fighting with, so we may be good to go. The secondary phrase that pays for this stream: vintage iron. Vintage iron in honor of the Ticket Magnet coming around as far as the new range card and our pivot off of the new hotness, which was the gold car. Honestly, this project stopped in its tracks as soon as that lady spit out $1,500+ to register it. And I do, you know, I'm seeing the silver lining here is the Ticket Magnet being the better fit for the car anyway. I'm sitting here like looking at it mournfully a little bit, you know, across the table. But I do think the Ticket Magnet is going to be a better fit for the channel. Vintage iron, that second phrase that pays. Your prize in this absolutely grand giveaway that we've been running this week, once again, the Wartech copper-clad knife with G10 stars and stripes scales, spring assist folder, very patriotic, donated by the one, the only Mark Bostic. Mark Bostic, can't thank you enough. Outstanding donation for the community, by the community. I'm loving it. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the chat, left-handed trigger. What up? They would cover that quote, just the cat. You know what? I agree with you. I do think that they are going to make more money on this deal than I would, but I would pay upwards of $250 just for the turbocharger that is on this car for my other nasty ass Ticket Magnet. The Ticket Magnet's nasty. I'm telling you guys, when you guys see video of it, it's gonna like completely change your perspective as far as what a turbo brick really can be. These old school Swedish heavy metal Volvos are not a joke, especially when they get the super love from a larger turbo. So the big turbo on this, very valid to me. The other items, like I said, you know, I'll make $1,200 on the window regulators, and I'll do it fairly quickly because I'm not new at eBay. I've been doing eBay for probably 15 years. You know, it's gotten me through some very difficult times. So for me personally, I know it's kind of quick flips as far as the actual resale of some secondhand parts is concerned. Plus, also, I'll be able to go ahead and get a space back in my garage to get the range car, the Ticket Magnet, back up and running that much sooner. Very, very, very exciting stuff coming down the line. I still don't have to understand how you have to pay someone else's fine when it should be tagged to the license, not the car. You know what? That's a great point, Air Guns and Air Power. But in the state of California, if you get toll violations or if you get parking tickets and toll violations are not considered moving violations. They are considered to be citable and finable, but not physical misdemeanors or crimes as far as moving violations or otherwise, right? What does that mean? That means that you can actually go and get a bunch of parking tickets, but not get a bench warrant the way that you would for a speeding ticket. The speeding ticket, you can get a bench warrant for a speeding ticket. You can't for a parking ticket. They'll just prohibit you from being able to register the car going forward until these tickets are cleared, right? Without clearing these tickets, you're not going to be able to register the car going forward. JDP minus quiet as well. The more power it produces, the quieter it gets. Ooh, that's cool. See, at 100 yards, that's most people's skill set. That's most people's skill level as far as like the 1-inch group, sub 1-inch group, half-inch group, quarter size group. Like, realistically, be real. Unless you're like an Olympic marksman, most people don't try and stretch it out past 100 yards because the variables become so great with something like an air gun or a pellet gun that you're really doing these shots just for YouTube. You don't have to be 400 yards away from a ground squirrel to shoot it. That shit's for YouTube. But if you're going to do it, at least be in the position to do it repeatably and reliably. Some people can do it, but the glass ceiling for most people's skill set, about 100 yards. Even my own. I'm not even that good. I can't even get to 100 yards with a quarter-size group. We've seen my videos. You guys know how I shoot. It ain't that good. Let's see what else is on the list here. We've gotten to the end of the notes, so we're going to go right off the cuff for a little while. I don't quite feel like ending this stream just yet. It's only about 45 or 50 minutes into that 60-minute stream that I do try and give you. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a look back and a little bit of a look forward. Look back. What did you guys think about that huge, huge, huge volleyball-sized cavitation in those 3 gel blocks on that video that we released most recently? Massive cavitation, massive energy transfer, massive 72 caliber slugs. I'm blown away every single time I shoot the Zeus. It's pretty much like the first time. That's an awesome weapon system. Mac, I take that as a hard pass. What's this? Let me see. William Kelly just stripped my cheap-ass Feyachi ACOG. Ooh, why? Did you have a problem? Was it bad? I like my Feyachi stuff for the most part. Make sure I didn't miss anybody here. I'll sell you an 08 Legacy GT Turbo that runs mint and does 349 torque, 325 wheel horsepower for 5K. Ah, it's too rich for my blood, my guy. It's too rich for my blood. As you can tell, the price of free 90 free applied to the gold car. The price of free 90 free applied to the gold car because of the fact that I don't really have a lot of liquid cash to be able to afford big assets. That's another reason I kind of hate on the FX crowds, because it's like, I just can't see spending $3,000 on an asset like that when I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since I had 3Gs just laying around. You know, definitely been a long time since I've had that kind of cash laying around. Even the turbo brick, the ticket magnet, I paid just under $300 for that car, and then I jump started it and drove it home with no insurance, no registration. Shit hadn't been registered in years. That's the kind of shady, sketchy car deals I do, my guy. I only saw the blocks for a few seconds and they disappeared. Hell yeah, totally true. 100 yards, I'm only a half an inch, but only 6 shots, then it goes to hell. See, John Hawk, your skill level is much higher than mine, my friend. I can definitely attest to that, because there's no way at 100 yards with any of my rifles that I own I could put 6 shots in half an inch. That's a good average. Height screw was mismanufactured. Interesting. William Kelly, welcome to the chat. All right. Looking forward on Sunday. Coming up on Sunday, we have an absolutely phenomenal video. We are taking the Zeus out to distance, and we are actually doing actual testing, multiple grain weights, multiple cronny sessions, multiple target sections. You guys are going to get that hard data you have been asking me for, and it is going to be all in one concise video. It is going to be a longer video because of the fact that we do multiple distances and multiple rounds, but I do think that you guys are going to like that. So do set your calendars, do set your alarm clocks for 10 a.m. this upcoming Sunday for the premiere of that Zeus video. Tomorrow is going to be the drawing for this badass copper blade. 5 p.m. is going to be the time for tomorrow's live stream. All of you make sure you, once again, set your calendar, set your alarm clocks to be here for that drawing out of the badass Sam Houston raffle drum that we were donated as well. And God, I can't wait to do it. It's the first donation, first giveaway of its kind since we restructured the channel, and I am very excited about it. You can get used Volvos cheap, but you'll pay anyway. You know what? Very true. I only ride horseback and with several air rifles. Cool. We break for squirrel, renting it from the state. Car is a liability. That Volvo definitely proves that. I agree, but you know what? I think that there's a strong strength with the old Volvos. Really strong strength with the old Volvos. My old Swedish heavy metal 80s turbo brick, it's a hog. And it far outclasses in reliability most other cars out there. I think it's got like 241,000 miles on it, 243,000 miles on it. I expect it'll go, easily to 500K if I treat it right. So definitely a cool ride. I do like the older Volvos. It's going to be an absolutely great place to end today's video. But if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so you can stay current on the channel as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. To everyone out there who would like to get into these giveaways, into this drawing, make sure you watch this stream. Make sure you get those 2 phrases that pays into the comment section by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning when this drawing closes. I'll catch you boys in the next one.